Thank you, Kevin. Hi, everyone. I'm Andrew Stanley, and my business partner, Vincott, and I are with VolunteerMark. It's software to help nonprofit organizations and volunteers be able to track their service hours. Please raise your hand if you are a volunteer here in the audience. Wow, that's great. Please raise your hand if you ever attended a charitable event. Board of directors for a nonprofit? Has anyone ever, please raise your hand if you've ever coordinated other volunteers. Wow, that's really great to see so many people right here in this room that are volunteering. Did you know that the United States is the 5th ranked country in the world for its generosity? And in Kansas City, we're ranked 7th nationally for our rate of volunteerism. Why is it that people volunteer? It's because we want to make a difference. We want to change the world. And that's a really noble thing, and it's got a lot of passion behind it. But the problem is that nonprofit organizations are struggling. They aren't using volunteers effectively. They don't know how to manage volunteers because they don't have a system. Volunteers are extremely important. And I remember my own volunteer experience. I got excited, I found an organization, I contact them, go back and forth phone tag, emails. I finally get in the door, I show up for my first day, and nobody knows who I am or why I'm here, and they ended up turning me away because they didn't know what to do with me. I don't want this to happen to any other volunteers because the nonprofits really need volunteers. And volunteers lower overhead costs. They increase their revenue. They also become donors themselves, and ultimately they end up impacting the community. The most important thing about volunteers, perhaps, could be that reporting accurately on the number of volunteers that an organization has and how they're using them will enable the nonprofit organizations to receive crucial grant funding. This is extremely important. We've created a solution to make that easy for the nonprofit organizations to keep track of this important information. It's a central place where nonprofit organizations can log into and keep track of everything online. It's really easy to use, and it's saving organizations time and money. It costs an organization lots of hours each month and lots of money to do this, and they're using Excel spreadsheets, and it's not being done effectively. We want to help nonprofits have a greater impact in the world. There are many different types of volunteers out there as well. Think about the businesses that we have that offer corporate social responsibility programs, and schools that have service hour requirements for their students. And there's also governments that are issuing court-mandated community service. These volunteers need to know where to go to find these volunteer opportunities and be able to track so that they can report that back. And if we just think about schools alone, there's 20 million high school students. If they're volunteering 10 hours each year, that's 200 million service hours. We're bringing those 200 million service hours to the nonprofit organizations that need their help so that they can change the world. And at the same time, we're helping the schools be able to measure their impact by tracking their volunteer hours. So let's take a quick look at how the system works. So this is live today. This is our homepage on VolunteerMark.com. It's also available on your mobile phone. And we show events that are upcoming and different volunteer opportunities. And so we're a place where volunteers can go to find where to get involved. And at the same time, we're a tool to help the nonprofit organizations run their organization. So you can see the different types of opportunities that are available. And then, once they find what they're interested in, the volunteer can learn more information so they understand their expectations. They can create a free online account and sign up for as many different opportunities as they're interested in. Plus, this helps the organization be able to share this through social media to get the word out. This is a look at the dashboard that a nonprofit organization sees when they log in. On the right, they have notifications. When a volunteer requests to sign up, they're in a pending status. So the organization can choose to allow them for that opportunity, or they can deny them if they're not the right fit. At the same time, volunteers are submitting their hours to the organization, so it's as easy as clicking accept to approve those hours and keep track of all that information. At the same time, they can post their volunteer opportunities and events and manage all this data in one place and know exactly who's volunteering at their organization and who that person really is. At the same time, the volunteer gets a great free tool. It's always free for the volunteer to use, and they can sign up with any organization on our system, and once they've been approved for that opportunity, they can log their hours right through the system. We also send them reminders and notifications so they know when it's time to post their hours. Once their hours have been approved, then it adds it to their account, and then they can print off a certificate showing all of their total hours and where they got those hours. They can print this off and give this to their school, and now the school doesn't have to do any work to make sure that that was an accurate and valid volunteer experience. They can track it with a QR code or just typing in the URL right there to verify that this is accurate. So are there other people that are doing this out there? Yes, but their systems are very expensive, and they require lots of training. And the nonprofit organizations really don't know how to use them and navigate through it. So they end up continuing to use Excel spreadsheets or just tracking this by paper. So our system is so simple. We keep it simple for a reason, because they have a lot of responsibility to focus on their mission and focus on serving their clients to make an impact on the world. We want them to just be able to log in and simply get this done to help them. There are 1.6 million nonprofit organizations in the United States. Our first product today is volunteer management software. We have 5 customers right here in Kansas City, and 19 customers across the United States are contacting us, and we just launched a couple weeks ago. Everybody loves our product, and we're going to focus on the 40 major U.S. cities and getting only 250 customers in each city. At $500 a year, that's $5 million just for volunteer management. And we have a product roadmap that will include all the other needs that a nonprofit has in the technology space, including donor management and event registrations. At the same time, we have additional revenue opportunities. In the way that we're helping schools, we can charge them for their reporting feature. We can also help the churches and the businesses and the local governments to keep track of all this data. We're asking for $500,000. This will allow us to partner with schools and to be able to market to the nonprofits. Many people in this room today are volunteering and are passionate about changing the world. This is your opportunity to help us, to partner with us, so that we can make that a reality. But why us? I've been a lifelong volunteer, and I've worked closely with nonprofit organizations. I understand their needs and their challenges. And my business partner, Venkat, has over 10 years of experience in the technology industry. He's built products for the University of Kansas and USDA, and together we're bringing our complementary skills to form a great team. We've enjoyed working together for over a year and are really passionate about what we're doing. Plus, we have a great advisory board with many people in this room today, and we thank you for your support. We have experts in technology and marketing and lots of nonprofit executive experience to help us. So, thank you for listening today, and listen to the problems that face a nonprofit organization and how our solution, VolunteerMark, is helping nonprofits change the world. You guys out here are already making an impact in the community. Keep doing what you're doing, and VolunteerMark will help you leave your mark on the world.
Good job.